I purchased a Canik or Janik 9mm pistol from my local gun store, and I was looking at some different pistols, and of course I was looking at the Glocks. I've owned some Glocks in the past, and had good times with those firearms. But this time I wanted something just a little bit different. I don't know, the Janik kind of spoke to me in some ways, and I just did a lot of research online and saw a lot of good reviews about the trigger and the metal guide rod, and a lot of the little switches or the takedown and the mag release are metal. The gun seems to be made really well, or that's what I thought. So I went ahead and purchased one, and it took about 3 weeks before I could make it to the range. And so here I'm at the range, and I'm putting it through its paces and shooting some rounds through it and see how accurate it is, and basically see if it's a good gun. So in the beginning I was having a good time. I bought some bigger magazines that hold 32 rounds, and just for fun of having more bullets and not having to change clips as much. So I purchased those, and I used those clips here. So as you can see, I haven't shot in a long time with a pistol. I sold my pistols, and I haven't bought any pistols again for about 5 years. And then I got the bug to buy another pistol just recently this year. So I like to shoot about 30 feet at the 30-foot range, and maybe out to about 50 feet. And if the gun's more accurate, then I'll take targets even further out than that, maybe 100 feet. So that's basically, what I'm doing here. So I interchanged between the standard clips that came with the firearm, the 15 round capacity clips, and then switched back and forth just randomly between the 32 round clips that I had purchased, and they were from ProMag, and they were basically the exact duplicates. And I went online and where I ordered them and looked at the reviews, and nobody had any complaints from these magazines that said they were quality magazines. So I didn't have any guesses. I put them in, and they functioned, the firearm, just perfectly. So I didn't anticipate any problems. I don't know if, and I don't see how this magazine would cause this indicator to break, because when you insert the clip, it's not even touching that indicator until you actually put a round into the chamber. And so when the round's sitting there into the bore of the into the gun, that's when the little chamber indicator is pushed up slightly. So I don't know. If anyone has an opinion on that, then you can let me know. And I'll probably contact ProMag today and ask them, pose this question to them. But for now, I don't think that this was a part of the problem. Here I put the target out to about 50 yards. All right, no, I'm sorry, 50 feet. This range in particular doesn't have on this, I guess this side of the pistol range doesn't have it marked. They have lights at different points down the range. I think there's 2 different points, and the yellow line is probably within 10 feet. So my basic assumption was that I was putting this down about 50 feet. And so I was enjoying shooting the gun. It seemed to be really accurate. The trigger pull, again, is excellent. And so I was pretty happy with the firearm. Getting used to the gun and how it shoots, at 50 feet with the combat sights, as mentioned in other videos. It's kind of an open sight picture there with, quite a bit of room on that rear U-Knots sight to where there's quite a bit of room to vary, to get accuracy. So maybe in the long run, after things are fixed, I'll maybe look at a different sight option that's a little more accurate, since that's kind of more in my wheelhouse or my playing field. Yeah. So other than that, the sights are good. I like the front sight with the fiber optic red. I actually put in the green and switched that out and then switch back to the red one that they included in the kit. So other than that, I was again enjoying the gun. Okay, so here is basically when the gun started to malfunction. I didn't notice it at first, but on the last round, it had a fail to eject, and so I put the gun down, and then when I picked it back up, I noticed that the casing was stuck in there, but I didn't notice what kind of was an additional precursor to that, and that is where the chamber indicator had snapped kind of in towards the center, and basically where a spring is on one end, and the shell when it's in the barrel pushes up on the opposite end of that indicator, which gives you that tactile feel. So basically what was happening is that was just flopping around and I didn't notice it. And so when the recoil was kicking the slide back, I guess it was jumping that the indicator up. And when it would feed the next round, it wasn't allowing it to fully go into battery. And so I started having, I wasn't able to get the gun to fire. Long story short, I've been in contact with the dealer that I purchased the firearm, and they're going to send it back. They were pretty shocked that had happened, because they said that they have sold a lot of these Caniks or Janiks, and that they've not had any such problems as this one. So I guess I'm just the lucky, fortunate person that got one that had this problem. So it's going to be returned, and it's unfortunate, but hopefully it'll be returned and it won't have this problem again.